welcome to the Holiday Survival Guide Part 2, brought to you by Played Attention. I'm your host for today, John Foster, and would just like to welcome you on this great Tuesday. And so if you have missed the opportunity to view the Holiday Survival Guide, please feel free to type in the panel below Holiday, and I'll make sure that you're able to get a copy at the end of the webinar. I'm excited about today because the holidays is one of my favorite times of the year because one, you have all the great food, all the great family and friends visiting, and as well getting ready for the new year. And so I had a great 2019, but I'm looking forward to 2020 so much. And so, all right, let's just get going. All righty. And so here's the roadmap, the talking points that we're going to discuss today. Just over the holidays, things kind of change. It's a very unusual time of the year. Routines are broken. People are coming in all over to visit. Diets are very relaxed. And so the first holiday guide, we were able to talk a lot about nutrition. This one, I want to focus more on the different interactions that you have with family, friends, and as well as just getting ready for the new year. And so we're going to go over help. I see real people, and that's just discussing different social interactions and different tips on how to help with those social interactions. For sometimes with people with ADHDs, often it might be a little bit difficult for some to kind of interact with the different family members coming and going. So I just want to be able to provide some tips, as well as changing the negative stigma that's being associated with ADHD in your discussions with your family and friends. And so as they're coming over and you're catching them up on your life, maybe try some of these tips to help reframe that conversation so that it can help benefit everybody. Let it go. As I'm sure as you have, I've made sure that my Christmas tree is already up, but I still have a lot more packing of my Thanksgiving decorations and as well getting out more decorations. And so this is a very stressful time. All this clutter is in my apartment. Want to make sure that we're able to reach that clutter-free state of mind. And so let it go. We're just going to talk about different organizing tips to help lower those stress levels and making sure that you're able to keep everything organized. And then as well, are you ready for a new you? Like I said before, 2019 was great, but 2020 is going to be even better. And I just want to help go over some goal settings and making sure that you're able to not only set some great goals for yourself, but as well taking the steps to make sure that you're able to accomplish them. And then, of course, where do we fit in? Where at Play Attention, how can we help you become the best you? And so, all righty, let's get going. Help I see real people. And so over the holidays, oftentimes families and friends are going to come visit, and it's very easy to get out of your daily routines. For myself, I love my coworkers, I love my friends, but at the same time, I do have to allocate 2 hours of the gym just so where I can reset and center myself. And as well, oftentimes during the holidays, it's very easy to get out of this routine because one, you have to plan your schedule around other people. And then of course, once they're coming all this way over to, see you, it's very important that you're able to interact and build upon those relationships. And so sometimes for people with ADHD, it's either hard to either build upon these relationships or oftentimes even trying to have to deal with these different social interactions as they come up so infrequent or just on the fly. And so let's go over some great tips to help you interact with the people that are coming in your life that are real. All right, social interactions. Be aware of your body language. For myself, I quickly learned that I am not a morning person. And so when family and friends come over, they haven't seen me in months, they oftentimes think that I'm in a very bad mood in the morning because of my groans or my woes as I wait for my coffee. Well, be very aware of your body language because of the different signals that you're sending off. Pay attention, maintain that eye contact. Make sure that you're able to be alert and be able to interact with people, as well as being aware of other people's body language. Are they having a rough day? Does it look like they may need for you to listen instead of just talk? Being able to be aware of your body language will definitely help you to build and work on those social interactions during these holiday times. Don't be afraid to ask to repeat. This was a big one in my household because oftentimes, there's a lapse of attention in which I might not be fully paying attention at the moment. Don't be afraid to ask or repeat for a story or a task or instructions just so you can fully understand and fully know what you're being asked of. That way, it's not seen as you're just being forgetful or it's seen as not important to you. You just needed to have it said more than once. And this happens to me all the time. And so once you're able to get out of that, the fear of saying, oh man, like, I have to ask again, they might not want to repeat. It's like, no, it's fine. It's just something that you need to be able to help you fully understand and grasp what is being said to you. And then having a safe place. As I mentioned before, people are coming over, people are in your place, and they might be spending the night, they might be, going to your sacred place, like your room or your office. Make sure you maintain a safe place in which you can always come back, reset, and be able to, center yourself and be able to make sure that you're doing okay. For myself, during the holidays, when people are coming and visiting, oftentimes I couldn't just go to my room and relax, or I can't just, play on, video games on the big TV as everyone else is interacting in the room. So for myself, I would love to go take my dog out for a walk. 15 minutes, I'm just by myself with my dog, having a good time, be able to maintain, maintain my feelings, be able to recenter myself, to be able to go back inside and just be the joyful spirit that I am. So those are just some great tips to make sure that, like, over the holidays, it might be a little stressful. People might be coming and going, but you can work on building some great relationships and be able to, be able to share yourself, because hey, you're a gift and we want you to share yourself with others. Alrighty. The name changer. And so families and friends are coming and they want to catch up over your year. What's new with you? Where are you living now? What is your job? How's Susie doing in school? How's Billy on piano lessons? And as well, oftentimes this might be a very difficult subject to discuss with family and friends because of the negative stigma that's associated with ADHD. It's been labeled as a problem, as an issue, or they're not doing well in school. And this ultimately affects the person with ADHD as well, because they're not being celebrated. Their accomplishments aren't being discussed. They're seen as a problem. They feel as if they're the issue. And it's, they're feeling like they're not normal. Well, this is something that over the holidays, use this time to help reframe that discussion. As I say, the name changer. Because we know a game changer can really just, change the game. Well, just changing this name can really just ultimately change the way someone feels about living with ADHD, as well as their family and friends as they discuss it. All right. And so why we need to shift this conversation, because it's one of the things that with these negative thoughts, it can ultimately affect the person emotionally. Once they start feeling bad, start thinking that they are a problem, that they are an issue, they're not taking the steps needed to really, fully embrace and fully, one, love themselves, but understand that this isn't a problem or issue, but they can actually use this as their superpower. And so shifting the conversation from that negative to a positive. Oh, they're not being hyperactive or, have too much energy. They're be able to focus on activity for a longer period of time, or they have so much energy to be able to do so many different creative things. And so when you're able to shift this negative to a positive and to really be able to help others understand this misunderstanding that is not a problem, then you're able to help the ones be able to take the next steps to be able to feel comfortable just being themselves, loving themselves, and ultimately being able to use their ADHD as a superpower. And then as well, reassurance. Talk about their accomplishments. Celebrate all the things that they need, that needs to be celebrated. It doesn't have to just focus on the behavioral issues at school, or the things that are not being accomplished at work. Use this time to really focus on just, hey, this was a big year for for whoever you want to discuss, and say, hey, these are the different things they're able to accomplish. These are the different difficulties they faced, but they were able to overcome it. And so that's the biggest thing, being able to reassure them, saying, hey, this isn't a problem, this isn't an issue. You're gonna be able to get better, and you're gonna be able to not only help with help them with their ADHD symptoms, but as well help bring out a better self for them. Alrighty. Letting it go. And this is a hard one for me, because like as I mentioned before, the Christmas tree is up, but now it's the packing of the Thanksgiving decorations. I have so many gourds and pumpkins that just either need to be thrown away, or they might be plastic and might need to go in boxes. Either way, I have a lot of organizing that needs to get done. And this is a very, very stressful time because not only there's not enough hours in the day as it is, but as well, family members are coming. That's another couple of days that I can't spend cleaning. I'm gonna have to be out exploring and interacting. And so it's very important that being able to take and set aside some time to be able to organize and be able to reach this clutter-free state of mind. I say clutter-free because if there's a lot of clutter, you're not organized, you're really raising your stress levels, which definitely affects your cognitive health. And so being able to get organized during this time as you're going back and forth through storage as it is, hey, do you really need this decoration that's been here for 10 years that barely gets put up, or you don't even want to have it in the front of the house anymore? Maybe not. Maybe use this time to go ahead, either, if you need to trash it, if you can donate it, please feel free to donate. But definitely just being able to use this time to realize, hey, some things got to go, some things can stay. But let's go over some of these great tips. Setting time limits. Time limits are great because not only does it make sure that you're able to prioritize, but as well, that once it's time, it's time. There's no waiting another day. There's no, maybe I'll come back to it. Just set the time limit that you're either going to clean, you're going to organize, that you're going to take things down to donate, or you're going to take or put up Christmas decorations. Whatever time limit that you set, just make sure that you prioritize and you get it done within that time. Do not keep it extending or procrastinating or like, oh no, it's fine, I got too busy. No, just set the time limit and stay strict with it. As well, write it down. Write it down somewhere where you will see it every day. For some, it may be the mirror in the bathroom. For myself, I love to write it down, put it on the fridge. I know I'm going there first thing in the morning and probably last thing in the evening before I go to bed. So that way it makes sure that's always on my mind every day. I know what I want to organize, what I want to get clean, or what needs to be done. And so by having it written down, you're able to see it on the daily. And so it's always on the top of your mind. So hey, got to get it done today so I can remove it off my list. As well, having a clutter buddy. This is very important because they will allow to be able to help, keep you accountable. And so with a clutter buddy, this is just someone that you both set time limits where y'all both, want to say, let's, for instance, organize the garage. You both set a date, both organize your garage, give them a call. Hey, did you do it? Yes, I did. All right, great. High five. And so with this clutter buddy, they're able to hold you accountable. You're able to hold them accountable. And then as well, when things get difficult or tough, hey, reach out to them. Just say, hey, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make, the organizing date today. I have this, that, and the other on my list. They can either be able to come over, help you, make sure everything gets organized, or they might also have some difficulties where at least, this is something that y'all can hold each other accountable, reschedule, come back to, help each other. But either way, it doesn't just fall to the wayside as you get ready for the new year. Having a clutter buddy not only will allow you to build upon a great friendship, but as well, you're able to help keep each other accountable to make sure that the job is able to get done. And so once you're able to reach this clutter-free state of mind, everything is organized, so you can really, really prep for the next year. All right. And then so are you ready for a new year? And it has to come from within. And so 2019 has come and has gone. It was a great year. I hope you were able to accomplish everything that you wanted. I hope you're also ready and looking forward to next year and everything that it offers for you. And so let's just go over a couple of great tips as you get ready for the 2020. And so let's see, setting goals for next year. What are your goals? This is a very important step because it's one thing to just set goals. It's another thing to say, hey, this is what I want to accomplish. These are the different tools I need to accomplish the goal. This is how I'm going to accomplish the goal. Don't just set the goal, set the path, set the plan, what is needed. For myself, I always like to set one exercising or weightlifting goal on which one, I just want to hit a target. Okay, but in order to hit the target, I have to go to a gym. So that's one tool I need. I might need help from a trainer. That's another tool. And there are just so many different things that's included in order to achieve a goal. But once you have all the tools together and you're able to maintain that dedication, determination, and stay focused, you'll be able to accomplish them. And so not only is it important to set goals for next year, but as well your mid-year reviews. In the middle of the year or after a couple of months, how are you still on target? How are you making sure that you're doing what is necessary for you to be able to achieve your goals? Are you doing enough? You might be just doing what you thought you needed at the beginning, but hey, that might not be enough. This is the perfect time to be able to reevaluate, make the different changes so you can ensure that you're going to be able to achieve your goals by the end of the year. And then, of course, make changes. Every year, I love to make change up one thing that so I can know that the results will be different. And so for the last year, I was able to make a couple of different diet changes. Even challenged myself to do paleo for a month. Next year, I had to think about the different changes I want to incorporate in my life, because with the different changes comes different results. If you fall back into the old habits and feeling stagnant, and you're going to say, hey, why am I not seeing the progress? How come I'm not improving? It's because you're not making enough changes. And so by making changes, you can really start taking the steps to ensure that you're able to reach and achieve your goals. Alrighty. And so how we can help. Here at Play Attention, we offer the most comprehensive and complete program for those with attention difficulties. And so by integrating feedback technology, cognitive training, and behavior training, we're able to build upon the skills that lay the foundation for the executive functions. Executive function skills are the parts of the brain that help us with the planning, prioritization, and organization of our lives, and as well allows us to help execute them with ease, because we're able to pay attention to a task fully, as well as not being distracted by different impulses. And so if this seems like something that you're very much interested in, I can also explain that within the program, what's also included is a pre-assessment test. With these pre-assessments, we're able to pinpoint exactly your strengths and weaknesses to be able to work and be able to customize a program specifically for you. After the assessments, we go over the results with your executive function coach, and then they're able to add or subtract the different activities to be able to train those specific skills. For example, if you want to be able to pay attention on a task longer, we may add our attention stamina skill. Or if you would like to remember the different names, dates, or whatever you may need, we may add the short-term memory activity. Either way, your executive function coach is with you throughout the entire time as you're using the program. And so as you're progressing, they're able to tailor the program to help best fit your needs. And so as well, if you would like a one-on-one consult to speak specifically about your own needs, please type in consult in the panel, and we'll more than happy to get in touch with you as soon as the webinar is over. And so I hope you're having a great holiday season and enjoying your time. My name is John, and from everyone here at Play Attention, we wish you a happy holidays. Thank you.